Hey guys, John here again, StrongerRunner.com and Competitor.com. Welcome to the third installment of the Coach's Corner, where I troubleshoot some of the most common exercises recommended to runners. In this episode, we'll be going over the deadlift. Now, a deadlift is the exercise where you pick up a weight off the ground and you put it back on the ground. So, oftentimes this exercise is performed incorrectly, with the back being in a rounded position, the weight being too far away from the midline of the body, or the hips just being out of whack. So in today's video, I'm going to be going over tips to clean up your deadlift. Let's get to it. Alright, so let's discuss what we need to learn first before we can do a correct deadlift. Stand with your feet hip width apart and soften your knees. Put one hand on your stomach, one hand on the low back. What I want you to feel is just a neutral spine, very tall and straight. And what I want you to do is hinge over at your waist. So I want you to push out your butt, push out your chest, and have your spine not change inside your hands. This is called a hip hinge. So as you can feel, I'm pushing back through my butt, my hip crease is right here, I'm bending through my hip crease, I'm bowing over my toes, I feel a little bit of tension in my legs, and my spine doesn't curve. So if I do this incorrectly, you'll see that I'll do this. So if I do this in a deadlift, that's wrong. What I want to do is I want to bend my knees a little bit and then push up my butt and keep that arch in my back. Okay, so this will keep your back the safest, and this position will actually recruit more glute and hamstring muscles, which is what we need to train in a deadlift. So if I take that over to the bar, so this is a straight bar, we're going to go over the straight bar deadlift. Same position, feet hip width apart, crouch down, grab the bar on the outside of your shins. Again, find that hip height that leads to almost a vertical shin. With your shin almost vertical, stick out your chest, stick out your butt, and I want you just to tighten your abs, and I want you to feel like you're tightening your lat muscles here to keep your shoulders in position. So once you get all that tight and you're in the sweet spot, I want you to stand with the bar, squeeze your butt at the top, soften your knees, push your butt back, slide it down, and then once you pass your knees, you can bend them to lower the bar back on the ground. I want you to stop the bar on the ground and then reset the position. So again, feet hip width apart, soften your knees, crouch down, grab the bar on the outside of your shins, stick out your butt and chest, brace your abs and tighten your lats, tighten up, stand up, squeeze your butt, slide it back down, sit it back down. You'll notice how close the bar stays to me throughout the entire part of the exercise. If I did it wrong, it would look like this. Bar might be too far out, my back will be like this, my hips are too high, and I'm going to pick up the bar like this. And finish still with a butt squeeze maybe, but again, this is not how we want to do it. So that's wrong. If you can't get that spine to be very flat in this position here like this, what we might need you to do is actually stand a bit wider and open your knees up a little bit more. This might help, so I want you to try that. Feet a bit wider, butt out, chest out. You can see my spine is still flat as a pancake, a little bit of a slope from my shoulders to my hips, tightening again, and standing. Okay? The first stance is called a conventional stance. This is called a medium sumo stance. And if I still can't get it in that position, I can go even a little bit wider, and now I can turn my toes out to the side. Open the knees up. You need good groin flexibility to keep the bar close again. Push your feet out, push your knees out, push out your butt and chest again, keep the back flat, tighten up, stand with the bar, squeeze your butt, and return it back down. So those are 3 different stances you can take. If you still can't get a nice flat back with that position, you might have to do the next thing, which is raising the bar a little bit closer to your hips by placing the bar on 2 plates. I'll show you that right now. Alright, so we're back. We got the barbell set up on 25 kilogram plates, which is about 2.5 inches off the ground, almost 3 inches. So this will raise it up a little bit. Take your conventional stance, feet hip width apart, grab the bar. If you find that you can get your back position exactly where we need it, again, almost vertical shins, butt out, chest out, back really flat, brace with the bar, stand with it, extend your hips, soften your knees, slide it down and sit down. If you can get that back position there, then do it up here until your back gets a little bit stronger where you can pull off the ground. If you still can't get a nice straight back and you kind of look like this at the bottom, you just can't straighten out, we're going to go over to the squat rack and raise the bar even higher. Let's go there now. Alright, so lastly, we can trying to pull a deadlift in a rack. This is called a rack pull. Same positioning. Bring the bar a little bit below the knees. Feet hip width apart, soften the knees, push out the butt, grab the bar just outside your legs. Brace your abs, stick out your butt and chest. Stand with the bar, finish with your hips, soft knees, slide it down. Notice the same position. The bar stays really close to you, but the bar is really close to my hips so that I can try to get that neutral spine position. So, one more time, brace, tighten, stand, squeeze the butt muscles, soft knees, slide it down. What you need to get is that neutral spine position in any deadlift that you perform. Whether it's in a rack, off plates, or off the floor. Whether you use kettlebells, sandbag, a dumbbell, it doesn't matter, we need a neutral spine. If you can't do it with a neutral spine, don't do the deadlift. That's it for the Coach's Corner today. That's the deadlift. Until next time, we'll see you again. Run strong.